Okay, let's see how this goes. So tonight, this is Skittles and Sigma Sigma Boy. Catchy, right? What we're going to be taking a look at is like the significance when it comes to cultural shifts and what this portrays and the possible issues that come along with it. That sound is going to drive me crazy. You can go away. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what Sigma Sigma Boy is, it is a trending TikTok song. And one of the issues that I have with it is, and I'm not going to show it, but there are two very young children displayed on the cover. I mean, these are like, I don't even know, like 10-year-old girls or something like that. And as it's been done before, they are dressed as older adults or older individuals just in general and marketed. And that is my issue, is it's marketed sexual appeal. So like I said, I'm not going to show it. That might be okay in some places, but not here. I will show, though, the lyrics just so you can get an idea, because you'll be able to tell just by these kids' voice. It's really messed up. So here, listen to this.
My Sigma boy, Sigma boy, Sigma
Isn't that creepy? Am I the only one who thinks that?
boy. Каждая девчонка хочет танцевать с тобой. Sigma, Sigma boy, Sigma boy, Sigma boy. Я такая вся, что добиваться будешь год. Sigma, Sigma boy, Sigma boy, Sigma boy. Каждая девчонка хочет танцевать с тобой. Sigma, Sigma boy, Sigma boy, Sigma boy. И я такая вся, что добиваться будешь год. Sigma, Sigma boy, Sigma boy, Sigma boy. Каждая девчонка хочет танцевать с тобой.
All right, that's all I can take. We're going to go through the lyrics. We don't need to listen to it. You got the idea. So, again, why is this important? Cultural shifts. They are big and they happen over a very long period of time, and sometimes we don't even notice them. So, the first thing, we'll look at the sexual appeal. The next, we'll look at the whole alpha male versus sigma. Next. So, again, like you see this childhood language of boy with the males. And then throughout this, like, get inside my Bentley, come inside my beauty box. I mean, this is money and sex association that is common in adult music. I don't know if it's common in childhood music. I only know about this because it's a common trend, but I don't consider it appropriate, especially with it coming out of a child's mouth. I think it's wrong. And this keeps on coming up in our culture. This is not the first time it's happened. I know there was like a recent Netflix issue where this did come up, and I think it's going to continue to come up. I think this is just a thing. Hopefully it passes, but we will see. So, again, this is coming from a kid, and I want to talk a little bit about these mental associations that we make, like these money and sex associations, these children that are saying these things. Like, you are my Sigma boy. And then this is a powerful one. This, I'll buy all the Skittles, Snickers, you'll be mine for sure, boy. I don't know about you, but when I think of candy and kids, there is the popular meme in society, the uncomfortable meme in society of adults taking advantage of children with candy. And this portrays it. And I think the excuse probably is that this is a behavior between children, but is that behavior between children going to be reinforced over time until they're older? And then this music is not only being played to kids, this is being played to adults. This is on a primarily adult platform, I would say. And what happens to the individuals who have a proclivity to take advantage of people? And there is a strengthening and reinforcing within our culture of these memes that they become okay. It's this time frame. I think commonly these things are overlooked. I'm not really seeing it discussed a lot with this song. There may be comments that I am looking into this too much, but these things happen over a long period of time and it's often unseen and it needs to be addressed, at least in my opinion. So, I wanted to give an example of this and how this occurs in society. And I went and pulled up a good source from a doctor. Actually, before we get into that, I want to get into deprivation theory. Deprivation theory is a subcategory of social movement theory. And what it argues is that deprivation theory is that social movements have their foundations among people who feel deprived of some goods or resources. According to this approach, individuals who are lacking some good, service, or comfort are more likely to organize a social movement to improve or defend their conditions. It adds to the collective behavior approach that a social movement is a mild, aborted, weak, undeveloped form of revolutionary outbreak or an aspect of revolution. So, a good example of this that has recently occurred and comes up in this discussion is with social movements. One of the key aspects of them is that you must have an antagonist, right? Someone to fight against. There has to be a bad guy, whether it be the government, a group of people, what have you. So, in this case, what they will do, the individuals who hop on to these larger social movements, is they will make a case that because X group is getting social acceptance or making headway, that they too deserve this, that they must be accepted as well. So one of the social movements where this has happened, and I think most people have heard about it, is the social movement of the LGBTQ. There was discussion of a P being attached to this, and that being pedophilia. And that is what I'm concerned about. So, here is a source. I believe it's from Dr. David Paternote. In his book, this chapter, Pedophilia, Homosexuality, and Gay and Lesbian Activism. The abstract of this is pedophilia is undoubtedly one of the main contemporary sexual taboos and a broadly condemned form of sexual activity. Sexual scandals involving minors led to massive public uproar, and laws against child sexual abuse have been strengthened worldwide. However, by examining the past, a more complex picture surrounding this phenomenon is unveiled. Although pedophilia has never been widely encouraged or accepted, the societal taboo was definitely less pervasive in recent history. So, just a key point in this that came from this. I wish I could have had access to the entire book, but it was unavailable. There's a resource deprivation. So, as will be shown here, the era of sexual revolution was a very specific period for debates regarding pedophilia. Pedophiles made themselves publicly known and attempted to set up special interest organizations. Other groups, particularly within gay communities, endorsed part of their claim and defended the need for solidarity between sexual minorities. Both the content and the form of these debates and arguments were undoubtedly influenced by the spirit and the rhetoric of homosexual liberation. In this source, I took this from an actual journal, an academic source. So, in this chapter, it serves as an attempt to better understand this intriguing movement in the history of sexuality. The goal is to overcome normative discussion surrounding the extent of sexual liberation by shifting the debate towards an investigation of sexual change. Therefore, neither the moral validity of pedophilia relations nor the impact of sexual activity of adults with children will be discussed. Relying on my own expertise on the history of homosexual movements, this chapter rather seeks to gain a better understanding of the dynamics of change within a particular social movement. This analysis highlights past discussion on pedophilia within gay groups, the various failed attempts to seriously politicize the issue, and speculates about the reasons for the disappearance of these controversies by focusing on social movement discourses. So, one thing regarding the prior paragraph, I think a very, very good reason an argument can be made regarding the ability for these subcultures to proliferate more now, and that is due to social media and internet access. These extreme communities, they're able to find each other and reinforce said beliefs. Normally, many of these people wouldn't interact. I mean, they are in the extreme category. There are not many, and it's not socially acceptable. But you can find a subreddit or a random Facebook page. You can get together and hang out. It's a scary thought. We've seen this in other areas as well. For example, incels, that's becoming a pretty popular thing. But this is just to demonstrate that this is a real thing. I mean, it may sound like an overreaction and looking into this too much, but this is something that's actually been researched in the social sciences, and it's something that's been observed. And I don't want to come across that I am like anti-homosexuality or anything like that. I'm not. I'm very much pro supporting that group and that movement. But I do believe that there needs to be some awareness of the possibility of other individuals taking advantage of of positive social movements and using them for their own advantage to gain public acceptance and then excuse their own bad behavior among society. It's a problem, and it happens way too often. And again, about these associations, these cognitive associations, they are a real thing. On a future podcast, I'm going to talk a little bit about conceptual metaphor and just the ability through cognitive mapping to look at the effect that it has on us. There are many arguments in cognitive science that states or demonstrates that we aren't even aware of the effect, at least to some, point. But it does affect us. An interesting conversation that could be had with this is like the issue of censorship. I would make an argument that this kind of stuff, at least the marketing of sexual appeal, should be censored. That is, sexual appeal masked onto children in society. It's not right, and it promotes something that is disgusting and horrible. In my opinion, it promotes bad behavior and bad things in society, and it should not be allowed. Another thing is, like, what are the intentions of those who promote such things? I mean, it could be like pure ignorance. It could just be, hey, here's an opportunity to make money. I don't, and I could be wrong, believe that these kids were just hanging out together and wrote this song. Most likely someone else wrote this song, found two children that can sing, and said, hey, we're going to use them to make some money. Most likely, adults seen an opportunity and took it. I mean, this is like similar to the boy band thing, except they were at least in their teenage years. But now it's children. Also, this did come out of Russia, which is interesting. I'm not too familiar with their culture or what is appropriate or not, but different cultures are okay with different things. I know Japan, I'm not sure about China, but probably. They have like a big music industry that is just marketed primarily with kids. And it is really odd. There's some really good documentaries on it. So, the intentions of the adults involved should be questioned. And I mean, if I were to come up with one law when it comes to social sciences, I mean, it's popular in the physical realm, not so often in the social, but we are just, and I mean this just through like general observation. I mean, it can be backed up quantitatively, but we are what we consume physically and mentally. It is just a reality of our day-to-day lives. If we don't eat well, there's a physical effect. What we consume affects our beliefs. We can see this with all the media stats, right? I mean, if you are consuming right-wing politics, media, you're going to support it. If you are primarily consuming the left side of politics, you're going to support that. It just is what it is. And I don't think we consider that enough in society. And it also, it's interesting, right? We say we're open-minded, but then again, we make a conscious choice to only consume one thing. We make a conscious choice to only consume one side of the story because we enjoy it. We like it. It reinforces our beliefs. It's It's so hypocritical and it's funny, but whatever. So next up, we have a discussion about the Sigma portion of the song. So, what is Sigma? I got a nice little slide here. Okay. So, what does Sigma mean? The definition, Sigma, that is Sigma male, is a man who is independent, self-sufficient, and doesn't conform to societal norms or expectations. They are often mysterious and elusive, preferring to operate on their own terms rather than follow the crowd. Common uses. The term Sigma male is often used in the context of social dynamics and dating. Some people believe that Sigma males are highly attractive to women due to their mysterious and independent nature. Fantastic. Example sentences that you might hear. He's not a typical alpha male. He's more of a Sigma male. Yeah. Who does his own thing? What a badass. She's always attracted to Sigma males because they don't try too hard to impress her. Man, he's so awesome. So, what does Sigma meaning Sigma male? Simply put, it's not a man who marches to the best of his own drum. Doesn't this sound like a marketing campaign? It really does. Like, hey, do you feel like you can associate with this? If you can, you're awesome. Right on. Back to it. While some may find this personality type mysterious and alluring, others may find it confusing or even intimidating. Regardless, Sigma males are an interesting and unique breed of man that are worth getting to know. Right. I really try to care about this portion, but maybe it says something about me that I just don't. But I'm trying. Okay. So, we got the definition of Sigma down. And again, so the lyrics, Sigma, Sigma boy, God, it's weird reading it. It's so awkward, at least for me. You know, it has, every girl wants to dance with you, Sigma, Sigma boy. Weird. So, it's interesting now that in our society that this is portrayed as what women want, which is a whole nother deal in itself. I mean, there is so much money to be made in that field by both men and women. Men telling men what they need to do in order to attract women, and women telling men what they need to do in order to get with women. It's hilarious. Here, check this out. I really do find this stuff entertaining. Just because people care about it so much. And I really don't.
If you want to be more attractive to women almost instantly, the best place to start is by adjusting your body language. And here's why. First of all, science shows that body language communicates way more about a person than anything else. In fact, they say that nonverbal communication represents more than 80.
In case you can't see this, this is how to attract women without saying a word. The natural effect. Oh yeah, go natural.
5% of what you actually communicate to others, including women. So when you're meeting a woman, her impression of you will largely be shaped by your body language.
I never knew it.
You carry yourself, and it's either going to turn her on or push her away. Secondly, and this is the good news, it's actually very easy to adopt body language habits that are proven to make women liked. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 most fundamental body language hacks that are guaranteed to make you...
I find it so interesting, like how much money you can make off this when really all you have to do is just observe social interaction and see what works.
More attractive and sexually appealing to any woman you ever meet. So if you internalize these little habits, I assure you that your dating life will change dramatically. And you are going to have hordes of women desperately chasing after you. Yes, that sounds like a stretch, but I urge you to watch this video to the very end and test for yourself.
Get to the point, Jesus.
What you learn. I'm confident that it's going to completely change the way women see you. And with that said, let's dive into the video now. I'm Marnie, and from here on out, I am going to be your very own personal wing girl. And every week, I'm going to give you...
Always wanted one.
No BS, insider information about what women really want versus what they say they want. Plus, instantly effective methods to win over any girl you like. So please hit that subscribe button now so that you never miss a video. Before I dive in, I want to tell you...
Oh my God, just tell me. Tell me. She's going to sell something, which, hey, right on, make that money.
One more thing you can do with your body that will totally turn women on. You can look at them with your clean, fresh skin. That's why I'm excited to have Teach Hanley as the sponsor of today's video. And they help men start and maintain a skincare routine by making the entire process uncomplicated. And I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, a 2 times per week exfoliant scrub, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20, and a PM moisturizer.
That is so much work. Jesus. Showering just works really well.
For $30. And my favorite part about Teach Hanley is that every box comes with...
What a handsome guy. He's getting all of them.
Instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. Their products are...
Could you imagine like scheduling like what lotion you're going to put on at what time? That's hilarious.
Amazing, but you don't have to just take my word for it. They have over 5,000 5-star reviews on their website from satisfied customers from all around the world. Okay, in addition...
That aren't AI chatbots.
Amazing skin, members of Teach Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, exclusive monthly deals, and you can pause and cancel at any time, and it ships free to the US. And because Teach Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a very great deal. Just click the link in the description and you'll get 30% off your first box plus a free gift.
How long has this been? 2 minutes and 50 seconds of nothing but an ad.
It's an amazing deal. So click that link and get started today. All right, and we're back to the 5 body language hacks that'll make you more attractive to women instantly. So trick number 1, eye contact. Eye contact is one of the most powerful body language techniques you can use. And it has 3 main benefits. First of all, every time you lock eyes with someone, you both produce a hormone called oxytocin. And this oxytocin triggers a feeling of mutual trust and rapport. It makes us feel connected to the person we are talking to almost instantly.
Yeah, that's totally what I'm thinking. Totally, when I make that eye contact.
If you maintain good eye contact when talking to a woman, she's going to feel bonded to you, and as a result, like you more. Kind of like what I'm doing now. Additionally,
I'd love to make a t-shirt that says, like, do you feel bonded?
The ability to hold eye contact also shows confidence. It signals to the other person that you're secure and at ease. And this is especially attractive to women. It tells her that you're a strong, confident man that she can count on. It tells her that she'll be safe in your presence, which obviously makes her want to be around you more. The more we feel safe, the more we want to be around you. Lastly, maintaining eye contact also shows that you're present in the moment and engaged in the interaction. And this makes the person or woman that you're talking to feel important and valued. And trust me, that is a feeling women crave deeply.
Isn't that a feeling that everybody craves deeply? Not just women.
You're talking to a girl for the first time or you're married to her for 10 years, this is a feeling that she will always seek. And if you can trigger that feeling within her, she'll literally be attracted to you. She'll have no choice but to feel that connection to you. The only thing to keep in mind is don't overdo it. Meaning, don't stare at a girl endlessly like a psychopath, so intense like this. That's going to freak her.
We will get back to the topic. I just kind of want to talk some trash for a little bit.
It's all about balance. Maintain eye contact for about 2 to 3 seconds at a time, then break. That's a good rule of thumb.
Could you like imagine counting? It'd be so funny and so socially awkward to be talking to a woman and like look at her and then like start counting with your fingers. Be like, what is going on? I'm waiting for the appropriate time to look back at you, ma'am.
To follow. And it'll make sure that you never creep her out. All right, moving on to the next hack. Hack number 2, non-verbal cues. This one is especially important when you're interacting one-on-one, like if you're on a date, okay? And I see so many guys mess this up. They literally sit there with the girl, but keep their attention somewhere else. They keep diverting, especially
like a chronemic cue. When I look at my phone, I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
When the girl is speaking, they'll look over their shoulders to find something more interesting. They'll look at their phone, which is horrible. They'll look at other things and other people and not pay attention. Listen, a little bit of disengaging and distracted attention is okay and actually good for building tension if she's already into you. But if you're like Rain Man and constantly focused on everything else but her, it can become incredibly annoying and a huge turnoff and send completely mixed messages to her. Women and people in general want to feel seen and heard. It's a deep psychological desire that we all have. And that means,
like, why put effort into something that the other individual doesn't want? Like, wouldn't it be better just to start off where there is a mutual attraction?
You're in conversation with someone, the right thing to do is focus on them and not just mentally, but physically. That means you face the person that you're talking to. Stop looking here and there and make eye contact, like we already discussed. Use your facial expressions to show that you're listening to them. Smile or nodding your head so that you show you're engaged in the conversation.
This is so valuable. How many people have watched this? 1.3 million people needed to be told to look at people and to smile at the same time. All right.
That's one of the best compliments you can ever give to someone and one of the easiest moves you can utilize to form connections, sexual or otherwise. When the woman that you're with sees that you're attentive and truly engaged in the conversation, she is going to feel amazing, especially if she likes you. And you're going to be the reason why, which of course means she's going to like you a lot, feel more connected to you, and want to be around you more. Okay, moving on. So hack number 3. Open, expansive posture. So here's something that you're going to find interesting.
I'm killing it right now with that.
A 2016 study followed 144 speed dates and discovered that expansive posture was the most romantically appealing. Men who took up more space and had open body language were 76% more likely to be chosen for future dates. So just think about that.
She's saying pro-man-spreading right there, everybody. Pro-man-spreading.
Second, simply by having a more expansive posture, they were 76 more likely to secure future dates. And I'll tell you why that is. You see, when you expand and take up more space, you look confident and you look powerful. And we already know how attractive that is to any woman. But here's the thing. When you expand, you also start to feel more confident and more powerful. I can feel it in my body right now. Your body informs your mind that there's nothing to be afraid of or worried about. As a result, you tend to become more engaged and more expressive, and you start to care less about what people think and begin to express yourself without hesitation. And if you've watched my previous videos, you know that we women love.
Like, what a time consumer.
A man like that, a man who can confidently express himself, be engaged in the interaction, and not worry about being evaluated or judged. It's very rare that attractive women meet a man like that, and when we do, we're immediately drawn to him. Now, in terms of how to embody an expansive posture, I'd say there are 3 things to keep in mind. First of all, make sure your head is held high, chin up, not down. Secondly, your shoulders. If your shoulders are slumped, you look bored and nervous and scared, and that's not what turns women on. Okay, so pull back your shoulders and you'll instantly look bigger, more powerful, and more confident. And make sure that it's not too rigid either, right? Pull back and keep it relaxed. You can practice this at home. So lastly, your feet. Try not to keep them pressed tightly together. Or
you know what would display confidence? Like if you walked through the door and there was like 20 doves that came with it. You know, like as you walk through it, they're just like floating by. It'd be amazing. My dream.
Close to each other. You want to spread them out. Give a little bit of space. You can't see my legs, but I'm doing it. When you're walking, that happens almost naturally. But when you're standing still or sitting down, make sure that your feet are placed wider than your hips, and it'll instantly make you feel more grounded and at ease. And that's it. Simple.
Pro-man spreading right there. There's the ad.
Those 3 things will give you an expansive and attractive posture. Actually, there is one more thing that will expand your body language that I want you to try. Totally forgot about this. Now, take your finger and expand it out to touch your computer or your mobile device and press that subscribe button or even that like button will have the same effect.
That
See what I'm doing?
good.
Honestly, I've noticed that nearly 75% of the guys who watch my videos are not subscribed to my channel, and that's just wrong. So hit like or subscribe now so that you can get weekly kick-ass advice that will increase your success with women. Okay? Press it. Use your finger. Okay, if you're done, let's proceed to the next.
That was creative. Good for her.
Trick. Hack number 4, hand gestures. One thing all charismatic people have in common is the use of hand gestures. You see me do it all the time. If you look at people like Dwayne Johnson, Robert Downey Jr., George Clooney, Barack Obama, Russell Brand, Pete Davidson, Donald Trump, basically people who have highly captivating personalities, you'll see that all of them actively use a lot of hand gestures when they talk. Why do they do this? Because these gestures help you command attention. I'm doing it right now. And even if you're someone who's a little soft or quiet spoken, using hand gestures will make you more captivating. I see why so many guys struggle to keep a woman engaged in conversation, especially
it's a nice place. I wonder if it's hers.
In group settings. But trust me, this little habit alone,
such good color coordination. I mean, it's great.
Can solve that problem and change how women respond to you. It's crazy, but it has this effect. Okay. When you use hand gestures, you also
I wonder how much time it takes to clean those windows. Probably forever.
Feel your palms quite often, right? And that sends the subconscious signal to the other person that you have nothing to hide. Isn't that weird? Just showing that would signal that, which means you seem more trustworthy and genuine. Lastly,
what if you're covered in tats? You know, like prison tats. That'd be hilarious.
Are also a form of expansion, which means using them will make you look and feel more confident and more powerful. Okay. So hack number 5, the smile rule. Smiling is one of the best ways to look more attractive and build rapport with people. The power of a smile cannot be underestimated, but that doesn't mean you have to force.
We could take a look at our YouTube thumbnails. I bet you everyone is smiling. It works. It helps.
Many times I've seen guys talk to women they like, and from time to time, they'll force a smile to show that they're having fun, that they're interested in the conversation. Doing this will almost always backfire, and here is why. People are naturally good at differentiating between a fake smile and a real one. A real one will light up your eyes. It will give you crinkles around your eyes, or what's often known as crow's feet. So when you're trying to force a smile, it's very difficult for those crinkles to appear because you're just doing it with your mouth. And people immediately know that you're faking it. Now, when a woman realizes that you're being fake to make some kind of impression, she's not going to like it. She's going to feel it and not like it. Nobody likes an inauthentic person. It just feels yucky. And this means when it comes to smiling, you got to build the habit of smiling more often. And I say habit because that's what it is. A lot of guys try to be that stoic, inexpressive James Bond type.
That's the Sigma male right there.
But trust me, that strategy doesn't work in real life, especially.
It's not true. That's not what I read.
Not past 1987. We like being around people who are enjoying themselves and having a good time. And smiling is the best way to demonstrate that. In fact, like using hand gestures, you'll see that most charismatic people smile a lot, often more than the average person. Also, while we're on the topic of smiling, I should mention that there's a particular variation of a smile that is
I thought she was going to sell something. That would have been awesome.
Absolutely irresistible to women. And that variation is the smirk. I talk about this a lot, but smirking when you crack a joke,
definitely rock that.
Say something to tease the girl will instantly give her butterflies in the stomach. It's a great little way.
I think it pisses more people off though.
Create a flirty vibe and spark sexual tension. That's what I'm doing right now. So watch some George Clooney videos on YouTube and you'll see what the perfect smirk looks like. He is the king of the smirk, and it honestly melts my heart every time when I see him do it. With a little bit of practice in front of the mirror, you too can add that to your arsenal of flirting tactics. Speaking of which, if you want all the proven nonverbal and verbal tactics of high-quality flirting,
right
the type
there.
of flirting
Check it out,
that
right
builds
there.
instant sexual chemistry and compels women to obsess over you, then you should have a look at my program called the F Formula. And the F Formula boils down flirting to a step-by-step method any guy can master over a short weekend. It shows
so much work.
How to use your body.
You're not even getting paid for it. You got to pay for this.
And your voice tonality and exactly what to say to any girl to build massive chemistry in a matter of minutes. And the best part is, this formula has been tested on over 10,000 different women before I launched it to my audience.
Like, how do you know that? How do you know that? The guy called you up and said, hey, I tried it here, and you started, like, recording it?
And it's absolutely...
I would love to see the numbers.
Bulletproof. Plus, like I said before, any guy can master flirting in an extremely short time using the F Formula. And that means within days from now...
That would make a great comedic skit. Just the F Formula.
You could be having fun, flirty conversations with any woman that you meet. Conversations that
the cat's back. There it is.
Lead to hot dates.
If you're wondering if I have ADHD, I do.
And steamy, fun times together. And believe me,
I really just think I'm highly observant.
No other program in the world which can turn you into an expert flirt so quickly. So, if you want to check out the app,
down there, it moved.
Just click the link in the description box below and do so now. And more than 57,000 guys, which is amazing, now swear by this unique formula because it helped them attract and date the type of women they could never get before. I'm certain that it can do the same for you as well, if you decide to use it. So click the link in the description below and see what the F Formula is all about. You are going to...
Yes, and hit those affiliate links and maybe just start off with trying to go for someone that actually likes you. Okay, there we go. Well, I really wasn't planning on going through all that, but I thought it was hilarious. Moving on. So, let's switch this back to qualitative research, looking for themes, getting back to it. So, a sweet boy's gonna jump and burn. There we go. We got the common theme that nice guys finish last. Then, as we read in the definition or examples, you are my Sigma boy. Again, weird, but I want your tears. Got it? The hidden emotion, the stoicism, which apparently she says is not attractive, but I don't know. I've gone with it. And then this is just, another common, interesting mental association. This money and women. They dream about me as if I were Bitcoin. I think it's interesting. It's, money and women, both symbols of power in society. At least, well, I don't know. I'd have to talk to women if they perceive it as a social status. That is how attractive the woman is with the man. It's curious. I wonder. I imagine so. But let me know. Yeah, and then how does that make you feel, ladies? So here we have the keeps to himself quiet, which is an interesting contrast to the usual alpha male with the Sigma, excuse me, with the Sigma boy, but not mine, silent as a mute, staring into nothing. Oh, what a guy. That look is fire. Killer. Now, one thing that we should look at is, again, with this contrast, what is the alpha male? I'm curious. Okay. Now, this information I did pull from a site that is selling therapy. So, there is a bit of marketing involved with this. Maybe not the best source of information, but I do find this topic a bit comedic. And it does carry the common themes that I found online about it, and I think that we just all inherently know. So, here we go. How you can become an alpha male. Alpha male traits. Always wanted to know. So, wow, what a guy. Loved and respected by one and all, men and women alike. That's my dream. Okay. We all are quite guilty of saying such statements. Maybe not so vocally, but still. So, what are these qualities of an alpha male that make him seem apart from other men? I don't know. I can't wait to find out. How about we quickly list out everything that'll lay down a roadmap on how to become an alpha male? We will let you in on some of the most common alpha male characteristics, which will help you gain a more respected and more commanding stance in society. Fantastic. If you are new to the concept, don't fret. Before delving, random thought. Before delving into these alpha male traits, let's take a stroll to learn who is an alpha male and how alpha male characteristics differ from other male groups. Fantastic. Being an alpha male isn't about imposing your beliefs onto others, but being an asshole. Sorry, that wasn't there. Your beliefs onto others, but it is about becoming a positive force to be reckoned with. When you identify as an alpha male, you become a positive force, one whom others would want to be associated with. An alpha male is rational and doesn't take decisions in a fit of emotions. That's weird, kind of malformed. Okay. Having said that, your average alpha male lives life to the fullest. And most importantly, he can live the life that he always wanted to. Who is an alpha male? As defined by the sociosexual hierarchy, an alpha male is a man wanting to have a more controlling role in various situations of life. But it won't be wrong to say that the definition of an alpha male is quite subjective. Okay. Some might even go as far as saying that alpha males don't care about others. Man, really living up to that whole asshole thing, isn't he? So, who is an alpha male? Yeah, there we go, right there. That's kind of what I thought. Okay. Alphas top the sociosex. We've been there. They are confident, intimidating, and assertive. I gotta say, this isn't really selling it. Alpha males display consistent calm and energy. They effortlessly enjoy power, success, love, and satisfaction. Okay. So they're a psychopath. Here are some distinguishing alpha male qualities that you should know about. Alpha males are confident. Alpha males are born leaders. They are nice, but not overly nice. Alpha males are charismatic. Alpha males aren't passive. For an alpha male, comfort zone doesn't exist. That's like the perfect person. Here's the truth. Yes, they are commanding. They are authoritative. They can impose their will. They carry their physical appearance well. But that's because they are positive, compassionate, caring, charismatic, known how to take charge of things, and they lead by example. Now they're compassionate and caring. Great. Way to carry through that theme. This physical appearance thing, dude, if you just take care of that, you're good. Alpha males rank at the top of the... Okay, we got it. This is one thing that I do want to talk about that I actually am interested in, is this sociosexual hierarchy and the effect of technology on insulating male groups into and like forcing them into extreme positions. I kind of talked about this earlier about incels. Incels are really interesting. I mean, they're a whole bunch of douchebags, but the fact that their social movement, and it is a social movement, is basically about, you know, they resent women for not wanting to be with them, which is weird. I mean, I would say, why don't you just go and do something? But yeah, not that productive people. But I'll get more into that later. Okay. So, Sigma males share the top rank with alphas. They choose to sit outside the hierarchy. Alphas are followed by beta males, delta males, gamma males, and omega males, respectively. Jesus. You know, they try and categorize people, but it's so difficult to categorize a single person. So many of these traits are from, I think that we all within our personality hold some of these traits between like the alpha, the sigma, the beta, just dependent on the environment that we're in. The traits of an alpha male. There are some distinguishing alpha male qualities that we are going to share with you guys. We know that it won't happen in a day, but with perseverance and a positive frame of mind, you will be able to incorporate the below mentioned alpha male traits. 1. Alphas are positive. Great. One of the most important alpha male personality traits is that he is extremely positive. He carries that positive vibe that cheers everybody around him. And who wouldn't want to be with a guy like that? See how I got the hand movement? I'm like really taking her advice. Let's see. I hope it works. Let me know. An alpha looks for the solution of problems and not the other way around. Bottom line, alpha males are extremely positive and extremely likable. They are confident. Alpha males don't second guess their decisions, and neither are they much bothered about what others would think or if they'll laugh at their decisions. Okay? That whole second guess decisions, I think that's a bad quality. I think being decisive is good, but considering that you made a mistake and willing to take feedback is an important quality. The reason is that their decisions are well thought of, right? The intent behind their decisions is positive, and it certainly is not meant to harm others. And even if they have made a mistake, big deal. They'll own it, learn from it, and not make the same mistake ever again. Alpha males don't cry over spilled milk. Right on. Alpha males aren't passive. One of the very common alpha male personality traits is that they are assertive and know how to speak their mind. When they speak their mind, they don't just talk in the air. Like as mentioned above, alphas are confident and know what they are doing. Damn right. Therefore, they own their desires and know how to assert them on others. For instance, if a group of friends decides to hang out at a cafe, the alpha would assert his choice of cafe, most probably because he knows that his choice cafe is way better than what the other guy thinks, or will have the best food and will be within the budget. 4. For an alpha male, comfort zone doesn't exist. Alpha males love challenges, even if it means pushing themselves out of their cushion zone, which is why nothing comes across as undoable for them. The other side of this aspect is that they come across as the leader of the pack. They know how to mitigate any risk before leading the whole pack into danger. Wow, thank you. They brought dog food. 5. They are nice but not overly nice. Being nice is good. It's human. But let's face it, there are times when you have to assert yourself. That's right. Sometimes you gotta put your will before anyone else and tell them they're an idiot. You don't have to be nice every time, even if it means coming across as the bad guy. That's right. Stand your ground. And since an alpha male isn't always nice, he isn't even considered as a pushover. Just a dick. Someone who people can take for granted. But this alpha male quality is the one that makes their presence more commanding. All right. Ooh, apparently we should also read how to stay away from these toxic types of people. Okay, good to know. Now, how to become an alpha male. Great, always wanted to know. This is kind of an extension to the traits we have mentioned above. Start by doing the things, the likes of which are mentioned below, and see yourself being viewed as an alpha. 1. Start having your own viewpoint. Basically, have an opinion. Listen to others, but do what you think is right. You can maybe start listening to your conscience better. Or a podcast. 2. Do good, but only if it's required. That's right, don't waste your time. Let's take it this way. You don't have to show off your good deeds every single time. Let your goodness flow naturally, as a habit and not as an act. On a side note, I read this wonderful quote some time ago. Read this wonderful quote some time ago. Always remember the good others do for you, but never the good you do for others. Why not? You don't have to always remember the good you did for others, but never fail to remember the good others have done for you. And what better motto to live by than this for an alpha male? I don't know about that. I mean, who doesn't like to bring up that one time when you need a favor? 3, adhere to a good lifestyle. Do we mean a ripped muscular body? Yes. No. Do we mean a hefty bank balance? Yes. Still no. We are not against these things, but what you should expect is a good quality of life. Something that leaves you satisfied at the end of the day with a healthy bank account balance and a good-looking body. He didn't write that, I did. Okay. Challenge yourself. In connection with the point above, let's say you wish to have a better body. Great! Challenge yourself to do a certain amount of workout every single day. If you wish to have the car of your dreams, work hard and save smart, so that soon you will be able to park that shiny ride in your garage. Yeah. Is that even... That's an odd characteristic. That's just like a piece of advice. Okay. Be discreet in showing your appreciation. Didn't we just kind of go through that? Again, if someone has shown some improvement, acknowledge it, but be very discreet in showing appreciation. If you just throw away appreciating remarks on every situation, your appreciation won't matter to people. So, just don't say thank you. Just don't do it. It's a bad habit. Very bad habit to show your gratitude to people. They start to take advantage of it. They start thinking that you actually appreciate it. Bottom line, appreciate it when you really mean it. This way, people will believe that you only appreciate when something remarkable is done instead of pointless flattery. I don't know. I just tell people I care. Quick difference between alpha and a beta male. Oh my God, look at all this. And what time is it? I've been talking for an hour. Alpha male qualities and beta male traits. We got the whole nice but not overly nice. Look at the betas. Okay, so betas are always nice. They are underconfident, question their own decisions, or look for approval every time. Now that is actually a big turnoff for people. Seeking validation from other people. I think probably all of us have gone through a period of time in our life where that is what we seek, or at least only children. And that's a big one. That affects your life so much. Wait for others to initiate. Mostly are not leaders. Show appreciation every time, even when not required. I really disagree with that. They are most apprehensive about speaking their mind. It isn't that beta males aren't ambitious, but they would work to a point where they will get comfortable, even if it means accepting mediocrity. true that just bothers me, like, in general. Okay, are majorly halted by what others say. Sometimes hide their dreams, aspirations, and whatever they want to speak. I don't know. Being able to censor yourself is a good quality. One I'm still working on. Frequently asked questions. Do alpha males get angry? Just like any other individuals, even alphas get angry, but they are not moved by impulse. They know how to channelize, cool word, their anger. I'm going to channelize today. Do it. They know how to mitigate any damage that their anger could possibly lead to. When an alpha gets angry, he would first cool down his mind with an ice pack, analyze the situation, and then act. 2. Can anyone become an alpha male? Immaterial of your size or stature, the fact is you can become an alpha male. We have already mentioned some of the most common alpha male personality traits and other characteristics, so do give this blog a good read and work your way up to become an alpha male. A lot of this is just believe in yourself. How do you deal with an alpha person? This question is quite subjective and may be taken in many lights. For instance, maybe it is a good friend of yours who is liked by all, listened to by all, and you probably want to move ahead following his footsteps. Here are a few small things you can do to deal with an alpha male so things are smooth. For instance, give them space, but if he's overdoing it, as a friend, you could probably explain his traits in a very calm manner. All right, is it good to be an alpha male? Sounds like it. I think we can wrap that up. Writer's thoughts. Yeah, all right, cool. Thanks, bro. So, I love how we went from deprivation theory and concerned about society to that. Now, just to kind of wrap all that up, I do find it kind of interesting, like the contrast between the usual alpha male and the sigma male. Whether it's going to affect society, I don't think so. I think so much of things are just ingrained. I think also what is considered alpha is often based on your environment. I think about where I lived in the city, working in in the corporate field, working in construction. There are just different characteristics dependent on your environment that are attractive to other people and attractive to the position. I would say the stoicism definitely comes in handy in a lot of those places, at least in management. And that's another thing. It's dependent on the position you want, right? Like, do you just want to be the alpha, like the leader in the little social circle, or do you actually want to be running stuff? And then, yeah, I mean, in today's age, I mean, physical aspects, other than just based on attraction, I really don't see them as that dependent now. I mean, smart guys, they invented guns to level the physical aspects of things, and it worked. You can have an attractive idiot that's rich or an attractive established individual that meets the emotional insecurities of their attractive partner. I really think, this sounds bad, but many relationships are just a form of social security. But that's another topic. So in conclusion, kind of bringing this all together, there is a serious issue with this song. And the publication of it in the manner in which it was, look it up on your own to see how it was portrayed. Again, one thing that often isn't considered by a lot of people who do put out media is the effect of it. And it really needs to be considered among the people who are publishing it, because it is consumed. And again, like, we are what we consume. It is in my opinion, just a reality, just based on observation with people. And the alpha male and the sigma male thing, you know, I try to care. I just don't think that it's really that big of a deal to put that much more thought into it. Yeah. I really don't think that there will be any big thing. I think a lot of it is a trend. I kind of heard about it before. And I don't know if it will pass or not. A lot of the stuff on the internet, when it comes to this stuff, like when it's talked about, it's used as a meme with people. You know, they'll use it as an insult, like you're being a gamma or a beta or omega, whatever the other ones were, delta. I mean, that is where they primarily come to. It's just a person's personality is so difficult to put into a single category that I don't really think that it has any pertinence, just because the operationalization of the term, like the mutual category of each of these, is so broad that I just don't think it's possible. So, anyway, good times. I really enjoyed talking a bit trash. That was fun. So, and also just considering these larger topics. This is an important topic. This Sigma thing. That is a big deal. And I really hope more thought and consideration is given into it. So, thank you everyone for watching now and in the future. I appreciate your time and consideration. I hope you got something positive out this and possibly some good information. That's what matters. If you ever find something that I was wrong about that I spoke, let me know. I'm open to it, getting that criticism. I'd rather give good information than bad information. And I think accepting that mistake and providing the correct message, more than happy to fix that. Learn and move forward. So, thank you. Have a great night.